like to introduce you today to Justine. Justine, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm honored that
I'm,
you decided to have this conversation with me.
I'm happy to have you on because I love astrology. Like, I love it, but I also don't understand it a whole bunch. So, um, that's what you're here for today. That's
Hmm.
definitely what you're here for today to help me like get it into perspective a little bit better, and to some people at home because there's people that don't understand their birth
Yeah.
charts. Yeah.
Hmm.
So just give us
Yeah.
a little bit about yourself real quick, like your company,
Hmm.
and maybe your social media handles, even though we'll come back to that again at the end, but give the people something.
Okay. Well, my name is Justine, and I run Mercury Selene Astrology. It's Mercury Selene underscore astrology on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
Okay. All right.
Um, I've been, I want to say, actively practicing astrology for 5 years, and then running my social media accounts for maybe 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Okay. And what got you into astrology?
Um, I would say they were just certain habits I had from young, like I would say 4 or 5. I've
Okay.
always been into astrology, always been into mythology, and I even have journals from a child, and I would write the dates. Dates were so important to me. Like
Hmm.
if I met a friend, I'm like, let me write the date down when I met this person. You know, and I noticed I started writing the days of the week too. So the date wasn't good enough for me. I
All
needed to
right.
write, was it a Monday? Was it a Tuesday? I wanted to see if I noticed a pattern, like
Right.
why. And I little did I know as I got older, the days of the week are associated with planets and with signs. So
Hmm.
I was doing that since young. And
Right.
then as I
Definitely.
got an adult, I had a knee injury, which I wasn't able to move around. So I had a lot of time to sit and think and study.
Okay.
So I
And
wanted to see what was going on with me at the moment. Where was I coming from and where was I going? And that's pretty much what I want to answer for people when they come to me.
okay. All right. So I did jump a little bit into this quickly because we were having such a good conversation before we even started recording.
Hmm.
Can I see your mug?
Oh yes.
Is that holographic?
Um, I think so.
It's so pretty, or like glittery or something. I've
Yeah.
never been turning it. Like it's so
Hmm.
pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. And today I chose no risk, no magic.
Right.
Right? Because this, I feel like when the
Hmm.
spiritual girlies link up.
Right.
This is
Right.
one of my favorite mugs to grab when I know it's going to be a spiritual conversation, numbers, crystals,
And I love that you
anything.
match. It's the blue on blue.
I always try to do something, girl, something.
No, I see you. I see you.
I'm a
Uh
Libra,
huh.
so every day is a fashion show. I try to make it
Right.
so if
Right.
I can, if I can. All right,
Hmm.
so we know that you got to astrology when you were young. Give
Hmm.
us your big three.
I am a Gemini sun,
Okay.
a, a Gemini rising,
Oh, double L.
and and a Libra moon.
So triple.
I'm a triple air sign.
Ooh, girl, I'm double.
Hmm.
I'm a Libra Sun, Libra Rising, Scorpio Moon. So I'm a
Oh, okay.
little. It's weird that I even like to do this, where I'm talking and interviewing,
Right.
because that Scorpio Moon in me is so like
Private. Hmm.
so private, and but then also too, my two Libras are also not private. Like it's weird. It's just like okay, I
Libra
want.
social.
Right. Very, very social, very, very open. But then I have those moments where,
But also, Scorpio wants to dive deep and dig deep into the truth. They want to
right,
figure shit out. It's the detective of the zodiac sign. So,
very much so. it's good that you put it like that because I've always tried to figure out what I wanted to give Scorpio. Like besides the
Mhm.
fact that they're what everybody considers them to be is like secretive,
Right.
I wanted to figure out what else it was. And like I'm like an FBI agent. Like my ex husband will tell you I
Mhm.
can figure out anything. I can figure out anything. I'm gonna figure it out. Like give me some time.
Uh-huh.
It might not happen today, but I'm gonna come back and be like, remember on this day, this time, you
Mhm.
said this is
Scorpio's
why
gonna
you.
find out because it's gonna either feel it or it's gonna if it don't feel it and catch it right away, it's gonna investigate.
Yes. And my investigations and dreams, baby, I can't go to sleep for nothing. My dreams are gonna tell me everything.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Everything. They tell me every single thing and it doesn't make any sense.
Mhm. I'm a
Anything.
dreamer too.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing and it's also a
Mhm.
scary thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so we know your big three is all air. So how do you like live day to day being all this air? Like
Right. When you have an air moon and I'm a triple air sign, you think your feelings before you feel your feelings.
right.
So it's like sometimes I'll process what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling before actually, and then it's the Libra moon. So it's like, let me think, take a moment to think about how I feel.
Weighing the options.
Mhm.
You gotta weigh the options. I just had a conversation with my mother about that yesterday about how um I used to definitely when I was younger not think before I spoke. Like at all. I used to just throw it out.
Mhm.
Whatever I wanted to say, I used to say, and it was so rude, but I was young. But I get it now. It was kind of that Scorpio thing of the mood
Right.
and the emotions of, especially when I got upset. So yeah, I get how with you being an air moon, you would want to bring it down a
Mhm.
little bit before you just lash out.
Right.
And it's crazy too because my best friend is actually a triple air also. She's if I'm not mistaken, her moon is Gemini. Her sun is Libra and her rising is Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's kind
Wow.
of like
So she
that
has
too.
all three of the air
Yes,
signs.
yes. I was like, "Ooh, girl, you." And she's such a calm. She calms me down
Mhm.
all the time. So calm, cool, and collected. Nothing really bothers her. I'm just like, girl, how you do that?
Right.
How do
Because
you do that? It's so
and
beautiful.
air, it's a lot of jokes. Like I could joke about anything, even if it's traumatic. I'm gonna make a joke.
Right. Listen, if it, like, I kind of feel like sometimes if it's funny, it's funny. It can get dark sometimes, but if it's funny,
Mhm.
it's funny. Like, sometimes I can't help it, but I'm working on that. I'm working
Yeah.
on it. Well, girl. Let's see. I have some questions in my mind because I do want to know more about like astrology. Like,
Mm.
so I had this astrology book that I was in love with, right? And I let somebody borrow it. And they low key kind of ghosted me after they got my book. It was so weird and so traumatic to me because I don't lend out my books.
Right.
That is
Right.
my information, and I love this book. It was really helping me understand the houses
Mhm.
because I don't like I get the houses, and every time I would go back to the book and read about the houses, I would get it, but it never like sinks into me. So, and I know there's some people that's going to be watching that are exactly the same. So, can you
Mhm.
give us specifically me
Uh-huh.
some like explanation on the houses,
Okay.
like
So I'm gonna
now?
start.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I have a good beginner book here. So I figured that I might need to bring it up. I don't know
Oh,
if
I
it was this
love a
book.
girl that brings out information. I love
So this
it.
is a very good beginner book,
Okay.
The Complete Guide
And y'all,
to Astrology.
anybody at home that's watching that needs to know this
Mhm.
information, screenshot it because she's holding it.
Mhm.
And giving it
And
to us.
I got this from Amazon,
Okay.
so it's easy.
Okay. So let's
But this
go.
is going to explain to you the 12 signs, the 12 houses, and basically break it down.
Okay.
So let me start from the beginning. For those who don't know what a birth chart is,
Mm-hmm.
So a birth chart essentially is a picture of the sky at the moment that you were born.
Mhm.
And it tells me what the planets were doing, where they were, and how they affect you as an individual.
Mhm.
So like say Mercury was in Leo and Venus was retrograde, things of that nature. It will tell me those things and how they affect you and where all this energy is focused on based on the house.
Okay. Now
So
I
the
knew I knew that part. That part I do
mhm.
know. Um, hey, there's a question in my head. It went. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. It left me for a second.
So the birth chart, let me see if I can find a picture of it in this book.
Okay.
But a birth chart is essentially like this pie shape, like fractions,
Yeah,
and it's
pretty much.
divided into 12 houses. And the 12 houses represent 12 areas of life.
Mhm.
Um, the first house, and it's run like a clock. So the first house is always going to be your rising sign. That's why time of birth and location is so important because without that, it'll be empty houses because we don't know where your first house starts.
So first, I feel like I should be taking notes. Like, I'm probably gonna run up the views on this video, maybe, because so I've always thought, which is so awkward, because when you said that just now, it kind of clicked. I've always thought
Hmm.
the first house was your sun. It's really your rising.
It's your rising. It's your rising sign. That's house number one is always going to be house number one.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yep. So house number one is your rising sign, also known as your ascendant,
okay,
also known as your first house.
right. Okay,
So and then it'll follow like clockwork. So say your rising sign, me, I'm a Gemini. So the first house is going to be Gemini.
mhm.
Then the second house will be Cancer because that's how the zodiac wheel goes. It has to go in order like a clock.
So the first house is your sun sign. No, your
No,
rising
it's
is
for
also Gemini.
me.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
rising is also Gemini.
yeah,
So my rising is also Libra, and I'm a Libra.
right. So your sun is probably in your first house
Because
because it
they're
could
both.
be
Oh,
right.
maybe I just needed
I'm
somebody to say this whole
Yeah.
time.
So I'm a Gemini sun, Gemini rising. So my first house has my sun in it. But if I wasn't a Gemini rising, if I was a Scorpio rising, then
Hmm.
my sun would be in the eighth house and I'm not at my sun yet. My first house would be Scorpio. That's what it is.
So because that's your rising sign. Okay, got that. Got it.
Yep. So your rising sign is always your first house. But me and you are special because we have our sun and our rising at the same
At the same.
sign.
Oh my God, that's so dope. Okay, all right, I'm ready.
Mhm.
Teach me, girl. Teach
Yep.
me. School me.
Yep, and it's 12 houses and it goes in order. So whatever your rising sign is, the rest of the houses will follow
They'll
until it gets
follow.
back to 12.
So it would
Mhm.
be so for me, for instance, I'm a Libra, Libra Scorpio. So it will be
Mhm.
first house, and then Scorpio will be my second house.
Right. So
Got
your
it.
moon is probably in your second house.
Which is yeah, because my moon is Scorpio. Got
Yep.
it. So it goes okay, okay. So I just was
Mhm.
confused with the placement. So I think I actually understand it a little bit better because, like I said, I thought that my first house was Scorpio for some strange reason. I have no clue why either. I think I
Mhm.
just got misplaced when reading the book that I had. Okay. And
Right.
I'm gonna get that book too.
Mhm. Yep. So the 12 houses, out of the 12 houses, I would say the most important houses are called angle houses,
Okay.
which would be your ascendant, which is your first,
Hmm.
your fourth house, which is your IC. So all of them are gonna have abbreviations with C. It's AC, IC, DC, and MC.
Okay.
So it would be ascendant. IC is your fourth house of home and
Okay.
private life. Descendant is the your house of partnerships, marriage, business partnership, your any one-on-one relationship that you have.
Okay.
And then MC is at the very top of your chart. That is your public persona, how
Okay.
the world views you and your career.
Cool. Ooh, girl, you're gonna have me deep dive. You got me deep dive, and I can't even deep
Mhm.
dive until tonight because after you, I still have two more people to talk to
Uh-huh.
about topics, girl. Like, but I want to deep dive. Like, I want to just dig into my chart so bad right now.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, because I'm so into this stuff. I'm into signs, zodiac, astrology, the stars, the planets. Like,
And what a trick that can help you is me and you, our first signs start in Gemini or Libra, but the traditional example of a chart to help you understand what the houses are associated with, Aries is number 1,
right.
right? So the your first house is me, I am,
Mhm.
because Aries is all about selfish, but not in a bad way. It's just
Mhm.
like this is who I am.
Okay.
Then second is Taurus. Taurus is I build, which is the money house.
Mhm.
It's your values, your inner and your outer resources. The third house is Gemini. In
Okay.
Gemini, the third house is how you communicate.
Okay.
And then so on and so forth. Fourth house is Cancer. That's your relationship with your mother, your nurturing, the
The
moon.
moon. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Leo was fifth, Virgo sixth, Libra is seventh,
Okay.
because Libra is associated with partnerships.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I always like. Libras always want to be in a relationship. I hate that. I hate that
But that is
stigmatism
such
about
a
like,
stereotype though, because it's not necessarily you have to be married or you have to be in a relationship or
yeah,
codependency, because as a Libra moon, that's not true.
right, right,
It's
definitely,
just about being diplomatic and working with people, because you can't always be Aries. You can't always be for self.
right,
You
right.
need both. That's why they're on an axis together. You need both to balance each other out.
Yep, that's why we have sister signs.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Like this is something that I wanted to do for a while. So just so I can talk to somebody about astrology and really get the key points of it. Like,
Mhm.
and then we'll get into a little extra stuff at the end. But
Mhm.
I really wanted to learn the key points. And I think I got such a better understanding just from the little bit you've given. So I really hope that you have helped somebody at home
Okay.
understand that little part too. Because I know there's another me somewhere in the world that just messed up those houses just a little
Mhm.
a little tiny bit. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I don't thank you. I thank you for like that information. That just
You're
that
welcome.
little bit. Oh my gosh, so good. So good, so fast. Okay, so
Mhm.
I do have a question and then we can get back on there just because it's on the top of my mind. What's your favorite zodiac sign? And you cannot say Gemini.
Right.
Cannot.
Um, I would say besides Gemini, I really like Leo and Sagittarius energy.
Yeah, because we always base with some type of fire. Like for some
Right.
reason, like we always
Uh-huh.
connect with the fire sign. That's yeah, that's very true. I would say Leo for me too, and I'm a Libra. So yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love Leo energy, the charm, the pizzazz, the confidence, even though they come off a little arrogant.
But so
I
what?
like
They
that
pop their
energy.
shit and I love it.
Right, right.
Love it. Um, and what would you say would be your least favorite zodiac sign?
All right, let me explain. As
Okay.
an astrologer, I'm supposed to like all 12 of the zodiac signs, right?
Right.
Um, I would say I beat up Scorpio a lot. I
Okay.
tease them a lot because Gemini and Scorpio, they're in conjunct signs, meaning like their beef goes deep. They don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Um, but I tease them a lot because I know they could take it, and it's like a love-hate relationship. But the real villain, you ever see those memes where
I'm
it's
the-
Freddy from Scooby Doo and he unmasks the real villain?
yeah.
Yeah, so the real villain is Cancer, like Cancer men.
I see. I got a lot of Cancer men though. I have a lot of Cancer men friends,
Mm.
but I do see where you say unmasking the villain because they're some tricksters.
No, yeah, it's just for me. Like if I had to, because all the 12 signs are important when you understand the chart. Like you need Cancer, you need the intuition, the nostalgia from the past, because you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you're coming
Came
from.
from, yeah.
So every zodiac sign is important, but if I had to pick one, it would be a man who has Cancer placements because it's too feminine for me.
Yeah, they have a tendency to be a little sensitive sometimes. Like,
And I'm a triple air sign, so that's not gonna go well because I'm not that sensitive.
right, definitely not, not at all.
Mhm,
Okay, okay, that was good. That wasn't bad. It
mhm,
wasn't bad. Okay, so now we got into a little bit of the houses and where the placements are and things of that sort. So,
mhm,
like me being let's say let me see if I can get a little bit deeper into my chart just to see if you can give me something. I'm like, isn't Venus in retrograde right now if I'm not
yep,
mistaken?
mhm.
So I am a Virgo Venus. So what does that, like, what would that say for me?
Well, Venus is retrograding right now in Aries, and I always say to look for the sign and the house that it rules for you.
Okay.
That's a tips like Virgo Venus. It's not really affecting the Virgo Venus because it's in Aries and then it will go into Pisces. So you
Pisces.
look for your Aries and your Pisces houses because that's where the retrograde
Where
is
the, yeah,
happening.
where they'll connect into more. Okay. Okay, I get
Mhm.
it. Because I don't have either of those. Like my chart is so one sided. Like it's really, really weird. Like I have three
Mhm.
placements in Virgo, two in Libra, three in Sagittarius, and like Gemini and two in Scorpio. I got one in Gemini and two in Scorpio. So right now it doesn't even play a part into
Right,
any of
right.
my placements. Okay, good. Maybe that's probably why I'm not like feeling affected.
Mhm.
And then
Right, but you
Mercury is
would look at the
in,
house that it is, because where would Aries and Pisces be for you if you are a Libra rising? So that would be like around 7th, 8th house for you,
yeah, I
probably?
think so. From what I'm, well, from your information, I'm
Mhm.
counting it
Uh-huh.
right. Yeah. So okay, okay. I think I'm getting it. I'm gonna get the book though. I'm gonna get the book. And I'm gonna read the book
Uh-huh.
a couple of times because I really want. I don't know why it's such a hard thing for me to understand. Like I get the birth chart itself, like, and I get that, like you said, the placements, like, so like a person that is more affected right now would be somebody with mostly Aries placements, like you said.
Aries, Pisces, and the aspects that it makes. Aries and Pisces are where the retrograde is happening, but opposite of that is Libra. So
Mm-hmm.
Libra placements, if it matches with the degrees, we could be affected by it.
Okay.
Um the opposite of Pisces is Virgo, but it depends on the degrees because if they're too far apart, then you don't really have anything to worry
Mhm.
about. Because you could
Okay.
be a Virgo Venus at the 27th degree. So that's
Hmm.
matching up with the Pisces, but or you could be a Virgo Venus at the first degree. So it's like so far apart that it's
Right.
not really.
It's so, this is so cool because like I said, I know about the birth chart itself, but it goes so much deeper than,
Yeah,
yeah.
astrology it takes you years to really study because even you might miss something because it's so much information because it's the
Hmm.
12 houses and then the 12 houses break down into quadrants and then the quadrants break
Right.
down into hemispheres and then you have degrees and then you have so it's so many things that it takes you an astrologer has to keep constantly studying because it's so much information.
Right. It definitely is. And I feel like this is definitely a field that I'm just gonna pay for, baby. I'm gonna come to you and to Gigi for all the things I need to know. Because baby, I am I might be Inez of all trades, but but certain
Mhm.
things I can't do. Like I will not learn full astrology. I want to understand it, but I will not take the time to fully learn it. Tarot is
Mhm.
also kicking my behind.
Yeah.
Tarot is another one, but I'm getting a lot better in that department. But tarot's kicking my behind, and maybe I will never do my own nails. Like those
Right.
things, I'm just not willing to learn.
Uh-huh.
Or make candles because everybody keeps asking me to add candles to my site to go with the body butters. Listen,
Right.
hell no. I will buy that stuff. People that can help me out with it. Like,
Yeah, people have different strengths, and it like tarot is. I understand some things, but I'm definitely I will not give any. I'm not a tarot reader.
no, me and Gigi have a chat. It is titled Astro
Hmm.
Tripping. And I'm like, when she know what I need her, I'll be
Hmm.
like, hey baby,
Right.
hey baby,
Because
hi boo. She know then can you send me your specials, please? Like,
right. And
I
then
need
we
to,
joke all the time because to me it's like because I'm very left brained. It's like okay, I know what Venus means. This is what Venus means. You can't change what Venus means because it always
right,
means it. Even and if you put it next to Uranus, it's like, oh, okay, well, that just means it's going to be a sudden change in your money or in your love. But Venus still represents love and money
right,
and your value, right? But with tarot, the meanings change depending on the reverse or if it's with a different card. And it's like, oh no, it don't mean that. It means he's really not that into you. And it's like
and you're like,
it keeps
but I thought he
evolving.
was. Like, but I thought he was. But he's not. Okay. Okay. Like it's a lot. And
Yeah, it's a
it's
different
really
set of skills.
right. It really, really is. But it's so good. And so like
Mhm.
kudos to the people that learn it, baby.
Yes.
Kudos. Because I can't,
Mhm.
I was just like Gigi, and then now I can come to you.
Yeah.
Like, how much I gotta send you? I mean, just tell me about me, please. This because
Mhm.
it's so much. It is so much, and I've already taken the deep dive into learning crystals because I am the crystal lady.
Right.
I can tell you about some crystals, but I've taken that deep dive, and that's also taken me years to even
Mhm.
understand the different types and what goes with this chakra and what goes with that chakra and what you can put out this time for the moon. Like it is a
Right.
lot to crystals. So I think my limit has stopped there.
Mhm.
Like if you need anything for crystals, I am your girl. Like
Mhm.
absolutely your girl. Oh my god, this has been so good so far. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank
You are
you. So are
amazing.
you.
And I thank you, baby. But I hope that somebody can learn just from the little bit that you've given us
Mhm.
today and they can learn just that little bit that I learned today. And it actually gave me
Mhm.
a little less of brain fog when it came to this. Because
Mhm.
like I said, I was so confused. So it's because I even have it in my phone. My phone is in the next room. But I even have it in my phone, like the house is next to everything and it's
Yep.
wrong. So now I have to go in there and change it. So now I
Mhm.
know. And I have my degrees. My degrees are right, but my house is wrong.
Right.
So now I need to go back and then I can go look at it later tonight and see if I understand a little bit more. Girl,
So a tip to that I tell everybody who wants to start learning astrology is learn all 12 of the zodiac signs. um what is associated with them, what characteristics are associated with them, so that you can put it to the houses or the planets. Like Virgo, you know that Virgo is a earth sign. It's
hmm
practical. um it's ruled by Mercury. So
hmm
you start and then you're like, okay, now how do I put that to Venus? What that means, what I'm looking for in love is somebody who is down to earth, who's practical, who's going to help me out, who is going to let me guide them too, because a Virgo Venus
hmm
is going to let you know, like, no, baby, you could do this better. Like, let
right.
me help you out.
So me. Let me get you right. Let me get you right. I love, but me though, I like to kind of help, so I can see where that
Mm-hmm.
comes from. Like I like to, if you want it to be good, let's make it good. Like,
Right.
it's almost
Mm-hmm.
that perfectionist nature that Virgo has. So
Right.
yeah, so I get
Versus
that.
like if you're reading for somebody else and you see like, oh, they have an Aquarius Venus. So
hmm
that means that they're very open-minded in the way that they view relationships. They want
hmm
something who's more of a friend than a lover because they're not very clingy.
Right, very
Um,
much.
so once you know all 12 of the zodiac signs and how they act, then you start learning the planets and the houses. But get down all 12 of the zodiac signs and then the 12 houses
Okay.
and what they're associated with.
Okay. Yeah, this is so good. Like, cause one thing about me too, that's another thing that I know a lot about, and I started really, really young, is I know the zodiac. Like, I know the characteristics. I know people
Mhm.
very well, and I've worked with people hands on for years. They used to do makeup, so 20 years of doing makeup and just being around different personalities, and I've always been so open to know a person's sign. I
Mhm.
learn people. Like I learn people like the back of my hand. Like and I can
Right.
it's so bad to where I can even tell when a person is about to switch up on you. Like I see it before it happens. I might not say it, but I start to recognize the characteristics. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
like I see you. I see you doing weird stuff. So that should be pretty easy for me to put in perspective once I just want to learn the beginners of it. Like
Right.
so I'll be able to if you're saying that's what I need to know, I got that. I got
Mhm.
that. I got that and I'll be able to get that book and maybe piece a little bit more. But if I need anything big, I'm coming to you, girl.
Yeah.
Coming to you because I'm not doing it. I'll be
Also, the two websites that you could use to learn and see, they'll show you your proper houses and what's in what is Astro Seek.
okay.
Seek is SEEK
Okay.
or astro.com.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put those on the screen, y'all, because I'm gonna need them
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yep. So you put your birth time information and it'll pop up the chart automatically and it'll tell you everything that you need to know.
Okay. All right. So I'll put those on the screen too for the people that are watching that want to know, because it ain't just me that's super interested. It's
Right.
somebody else out there, and they not getting it either. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. And
So
I want people to go and look for themselves and be curious because even if you're not gonna take your studies all the way and become an astrologer, it gets you curious and it gets you starting to recognize certain things like, oh, I see Pluto was coming up over here on my fourth house. That means some transformation is about to happen up in here.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just so
So
you
you
can
can
know.
start. Right. You might not be able to read a whole chart, but you can start looking at certain things and be like, oh, okay.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, baby, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up because I do have some other interviews to do today. But
Mm-hmm.
please, again, tell the people at home where they can reach you and what kind of specials do you have like going on if you do.
Mm-hmm. So the specials that I have right now is every love related reading is on sale because of the Venus retrograde.
Okay.
But I'm waiting until all of the energy is calm so that I can update some new readings and some new
Okay.
things that I'm gonna do. I just don't like to drop new things when it's Mercury retrograde and so the
Right.
energy is still confusing. But
Right.
so you can find me at Mercury Selene underscore astrology on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads.
All right. Y'all heard it from her. Y'all heard
Mhm.
it from her. Y'all know where to find her. Y'all know it ain't no real new specials coming up right now because we don't want to mess with Mercury and her micro braids.
Mhm.
Like,
Especially me being heavily influenced by Mercury, Gemini
right.
Sun, Gemini Rising. So let me clear that up.
Right. That's good though. That's good that you work that way too. Because other people
Mhm.
will just do it to be doing it. But if you
Right.
want to give your best, then you know, let me take a second. And
Mhm.
it's always good to rest. Like, always. There's some weekends that I come home and I'm just like, I'm not doing anything with Tika
Uh-huh.
Chronicles. I'm not doing anything with Namaste Goddess. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to chill. Because
Yeah, because
if
rest
we
is a
don't get
requirement. It's not a luxury. Like, oh, no, it's a requirement for you to recharge. That's what the retrogrades are about too.
recharging,
Recharging, reviewing, and
right,
seeing how can you move forward after that.
and how you can make yourself better. Like you said, move forward after that, make yourself better for the next couple of months after the retrograde is over. Because,
Mhm.
baby, sometimes they take people through the mud, especially Mercury. Take people
Yep.
through the mud, just dragging them.
Mhm.
But I promised myself this Mercury retrograde, I was not going to allow that. Like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I was not going to allow it because I've had some where I cried every single day of the retrograde, and I would not do it again. You're not gonna get me.
Mhm.
I'm going to woosah and get her
Yeah,
right.
you just need to woo I understand because it's gonna happen 3, 4 times a year, so you can't
Right,
stop your life
right.
every time it comes up.
And people, I know
But
people that get so like heavily mixed up by it, like real mixed up.
mhm.
Oh my God, Mercury is coming back in retrograde. Oh my God, I'm like, girl, you
Right,
can't control that. You can't stop your life and get all messed up and be all out
mhm,
of whack because Mercury in retrograde. No, you conquer that shit and you get it
right.
together. Like,
Give yourself a pause if you need it, because understand what's happening. You're not bugging. Technical issues is happening.
right,
Fights and arguments is happening because this person is not self-aware. But then get back to normal life.
right, absolutely. Absolutely. I thank you for being here today and
Thank
having this
you.
conversation with me, girl. You are so good.
Thank you so much.
Girl, you're so
I
good.
enjoyed
You're so
this. And
knowledgeable.
you are so welcoming and you just make this very easy. So
Oh, thank
I would definitely
you.
recommend it.
Thank you. Yeah, if you know anybody else with small businesses, black and brown people, baby,
Mhm.
bring them through. Put them
Okay.
on. Because I'm willing to, I'm getting ready to take a break after these next few interviews so I can
Mhm.
regroup to get some new people in because I'm saying every single episode, baby, this is a each one, reach one. Like, it's
Right.
going to reach somebody. It might not reach a bunch of people right now because I'm just starting out, but baby, it will. It will. It's going to reach the
Mhm.
people that need to hear some things that you have to say, or hear some things
Yep.
that somebody else on the previous episode or upcoming episode has to say, and it's going to make their life just a little bit better. And that is the reason for Hot Mess Teacup Chronicles, baby. That's the reason.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, her. You can reach her at Mercury Selene underscore astrology. And I
Mhm.
do thank you for coming. And as I say at the end of every episode, ciao for now, y'all. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.